resident road safety expert, back again with another Q&A. Thank you very much for sending in those questions. We love those questions, keep them coming in. And as I always say with my trusty subscribe pillow, please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We'd love your support. Hit the button down there that looks a bit like this, and we'll get a new pillow and we'll get something else going. So let's get on to today's question. We're here with our new Kia at the Mobility Engineering Assessment Centre in Hornsby, and we've got a question regarding a mobility or disability child restraint called the Carrot Restraint. Now, or the Carrot car seat. Now, I don't have a Carrot car seat here, so for the purpose of this video, we're going to pretend that this is a Carrot car seat. This is a standard baby seat, a larger baby seat, so it's sort of similar to a Carrot car seat, but it's not the Carrot car seat, but we're pretending it is. Because they're a very expensive seat and we don't have any here that we can use as a demo. All right, so the question that has come through is it true that the vehicle does not need a reinforced anchor point when using the Carrot car seat as long as the combined weight of the seat and child is 32 kilos and under? So it's a very technical question, but basically it's asking about what is the weight ratings for the anchor points in cars, the child restraint anchor points, because the Carrot seat needs to hook onto it and the Carrot seat is not an Australian standards child restraint. So it can be quite confusing, and this 32 kilo thing floats around a little bit, and so I wanted to clarify, I guess, where that comes from and what we need to do. So let's start from the beginning and explain. As I said, we're pretending this is a Carrot car seat, and what we're talking about is the top tether strap, right? So the top tether strap, which is a strap that comes off generally all baby seats or disability restraints, is a strap that comes off the top and it hooks onto the anchor point in the car or the bolt point where you would see in a parcel shelf or on the back of the seat. So I've got the back of the car here open like so, and you can see in the back here you've got three little rings that are there for child restraints, and they've got a little picture with an anchor sort of hanging off it over the top of the back seat that basically shows that this is what you would use for the baby seats. So the question has come around is that there is effectively like a rumour that is going through the industry that says that there is a weight rating on these of 32 kilos. And that's actually not true. It's not exactly something like that. It's probably roughly like that, but it's not. And it's quite a complicated kind of way of explaining it. 32 kilos is simplifying it probably a little bit too much, because it's not 32 kilos, it's basically 340 newtons pulled in a certain way, in a certain angle, using the seat belts and the seat weights and so on. So there's a whole bunch of things you need to do, not just put 32 kilos of load on an anchor point. So the best way to explain it, what I thought we would do, is explain it in the higher level manner to understand what these anchor points are for and how you can use them and what their limits are. So the anchor point in the vehicle, it is used for an Australian standards child restraint. And that's what this seat is. So an Australian standards child restraint, which is one that would have a label like that with the 5 ticks that you would see in there, they're your standard baby seats. Like this one's a safe and sound, you've got maxi cozy, you've got, infant secure, mother's choice, you've got a whole bunch of other seats. These anchor points in the car are designed to be used with Australian standards child seats. And that's it. They're not designed to be used with Carrot car seats or any other seat that does not have the Australian standard label on it. There is no weight limit, there is no weights or anything like that. It basically says this anchor point is designed and only intended to be used with an Australian standards car seat that has that Australian standards label on it. And that's it. So what do we do with a Carrot car seat if we've got an anchor point like this? Well, what we need to do is we need to get our anchor point assessed by a third-party engineer or by our local state authority, depending on the system, and basically assessed as a modification because we're modifying the use. So we need to have it looked at and determined, is it suitable for the application that we're going to put it on? And then get a certificate for that. And if it's not suitable, then what do we need to do to make it suitable? So in some cases, we might need to reinforce the anchor point, we might need to build structures, we might need to modify the vehicle to introduce a new anchor point because the existing one is not strong enough. So basically saying, oh, it's a 32 kilo weight limit, is that okay, etc., etc. It doesn't work like that, it's not that simple. The easiest way to explain it is that this anchor point in the car is designed for Australian standards child seats. If I'm not using an Australian standards child seat, which the disability restraints like the Carrot seats are not, then I need to have my anchor point assessed and certified for the Carrot seat. Because the Carrot seat is not supposed to be used on that anchor point because that's only for Australian standards baby seats. And when I say this, just to be very clear, we're not trying to say anything negative about the carrot seat. The carrot seat is a very good product and very suitable for this market. The fact that it doesn't have an Australian standards label doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just that Australian standards requirements are for standard commercially available baby seats. They're not for disability specialised restraints. So there is no Australian standard for that, so they basically don't have anything. So there's nothing wrong with those carrot seats, but they're not designed to be used with Australian standard anchor points. They're used for Australian standard car seats, and if we are going to use one of these anchor points with a carrot seat or anything similar, we need to get them assessed or modified to suit and basically certified. Hopefully that helps with the question and the inquiry around that. Thank you very much for sending in your questions. We love those questions. And as I say with my trusty subscribe pillow, which I've thrown away now, hit that button down there. We'd love your support around the subscription. Help us get to our 1,000 subscriber mark. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.